Well. Welcome back, squatters. Here's the $1 million question that I have. What is going on between the US President Donald Trump and our President Cyril Ramaphosa? What exactly is going on? There's a beef there. There's a beef there. Now the question lies, is Donald Trump punishing South Africa or he's punishing the president, Cyril Ramaphosa? Or it's a bit of both? Because I don't know, maybe that's my perception. We know how the US president feels about African countries. And we have noted previously on public platforms when he said African countries are more like dumping sites or whatever. We know how he feels actually about Africa as a whole. And now, I feel like Donald Trump was very hungry for Africa in a sense that he couldn't really wait to become a president so he can really, push this kind of punishment. Because recently, USAID has stopped supplying the HIV ARVs to South Africa. I mean, we were helped by the USAID in South Africa. And if people who are infected by HIV, they stop receiving treatment, we know what is going to happen. And it's so sad. That's exactly where I'm coming from. That is my point. It has been paused, as they say. But what is the meaning of pause? Pause is you stopping. It's stopping, literally. For how long? We don't know. But how do you stop or do you pause people's health? It's more like you unplugging the life support machine. Then you say, no, I'll plug it after 3 days or after a month, let's just unplug this life support machine. It doesn't really make sense. Maybe I might be corrected. Maybe I'm overreacting on this issue. But I feel like there's a beef between Donald Trump and Cyril Ramaphosa. And I feel like Donald Trump wants to actually humiliate our president, Cyril Ramaphosa. Or maybe I don't know, maybe he wants people to rise against Cyril Ramaphosa to feel more like he's failing our country. There's poor medicine to people who are infected with HIV. It is worrisome because you can stop anything else, but stopping the aid, to help people to survive, to extend their lifespan, because the treatment is very important. Some people are surviving solely on the ARVs and their CD4 counts are good now and all of that. You remember HIV when it started back in those days, during the Thabo Mbeki era and all of those years, where a lot of people actually died because of lack of information, lack of treatment and all of that. And Mbeki, by the way, is still being blamed for not acknowledging this virus in time. Because remember, Mbeki was very much resistant in allowing people to take treatment, people to be tested and all of that, until Jacob Zuma came and fixed the whole problem, which we never actually appreciated that part. And now the USAID has actually paused the supply of the ARV treatment for HIV-infected people because Donald Trump is a president now, and all of a sudden you're changing everything. You want to reverse everything. By the way, it's a bit of a reckless decision, in my own opinion, because if you stop that aid, it means now people will start suffer from lack of medication. They will not take their medication properly, and eventually I presume that there might be more deaths due to lack of treatment. I don't know, it's a problem. let me refresh your mind on this. You know why I'm saying Donald Trump might be having some issues or some unresolved issues, so to speak, for a lack of a better word, with Cyril Ramaphosa, because he didn't even invite him on his presidential inauguration. So if somebody doesn't invite you, I don't think you can invite yourself. I mean, don't be an apple and trying to fit into oranges. Maybe you were not welcome. Okay, cool. If he has got some issues with Cyril Ramaphosa, with actually failing to invite you, it was a red flag, fine. But now escalating to stopping the aid to supply South Africans with treatment, it's a little bit more harsh. I hope he will actually reconsider, or maybe his advisors will actually reconsider this decision and advise Donald Trump to say, listen, we need to stop now, because now it's more like we are victimizing people because of maybe the president they have. There is a problem there, and it will actually grow to an extent that now it clearly shows. What I like about the US President Donald Trump is that he's not pretentious. He's like Julius Malema. If he doesn't like you, he shows you that I don't like you, and I will never like you. This is just public knowledge that he has got some issues with president. So I will hear from you, squatters. What do you think about this whole thing? What do you presume will happen? I mean, in a sense of the consequences for this kind of a decision, and probably it will impact on us. If we have to buy medication for ourselves, yes, maybe South Africa might have that kind of a budget, but it's going to strain us. And secondly, because of corruption and everything, the government there and there will say they don't have funding and all of that. Politicians, they don't take issues seriously. They are chasing profit, they are chasing capital instead of saving lives. They might reserve the funding and say the USAID has paused the aid and now we don't have finance, and they keep the money for themselves and whatsoever the reason. Because recently the doctors were protesting. They can't be recruited, they can't be employed. Dr. Aaron Mutwaledi said, no, the government, the Department of Health don't have money and all of that. Okay, fine. You are running short. You are short-staffed. You are overworking the current staff you have. You are running on a skeleton operation. Now, as much as you need doctors, it's a need. It's compulsory. It's mandatory for the hospitals to employ more doctors, because imagine somebody who started working at 6 o'clock in the morning and you get to the hospital at 7 o'clock in the evening. That person is supposed to perform operation on you. I mean, there's going to be fatigue. There's going to be, lack of concentration, exhaustion and everything. So I don't understand why the government does not really prioritize that particular Department of Health. You go to the hospital, there are no beds. You need to sleep on the floor. People are sleeping on the floor. There are no beds. Some clinic only operate during the day. It means people must just be sick during the day. And at night, you must never be sick. You mustn't be sick, because if somebody gets sick, you take them to the hospital, they will say, no, we don't admit sick people. We only admit emergency and all of that. So take this person to the hospital, to the clinic the following day, and then the following day, the clinic will actually authorize that, no, this person must be transferred to the hospital. I'm still having issues with our health department, by the way, despite the fact that America now is doing this. Okay, fine. We also have our own issues. And NHI, by the way, is just trash to me. I don't know. Maybe I might be wrong. You know why I'm saying this? The government fails to maintain the system that they have. They cannot service the hospitals. They cannot buy proper equipment. They cannot hire enough doctors. you have to go to school and do a course for 7 years. After 7 years, you still protest to get a job. It's so scary. I don't know, our country is heading towards a serious crisis, and we need to declare a state of emergency or something, because our health system is getting crippled by the day. And as much as now Donald Trump has taken this decision, it is going to heavily impact on our health system. I don't understand. I don't understand why would the government make an excuse when they're supposed to hire more doctors to save more lives. I don't know. Maybe that's my, perception. I might be wrong. And I'll hear from you, squatters. What is actually your view? Do you pick up any beef between the two presidents? Is Donald Trump having some issues? Has Ramaphosa did something that maybe made him angry? We stand to find out, because we don't know. These high-profile people. And recently, you remember President Ramaphosa went there to the U.S. and he met Elon Musk and there, But you could sense that, man, there's some sort of detachment between, I feel like Ramaphosa is not really welcome to America, to the U.S. I don't know for what reason. They know, and politicians will always be politicians, and they will always play politics. I don't know, squatters. Maybe you'll have a different view, that maybe there's something that happened that created, some bitter relationship between the two leaders. But by the looks, currently, you just came into becoming a president. It's not even 100 days in the office. And all of a sudden, you stop the aid, you stop this, you don't invite the president to come to your inauguration and all of that. Those are the red flags that we are picking up, that I feel more like America for the next 4 years might make Africa's life difficult. I don't know, I might be wrong. And also we're looking at the relationship between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, the Russian president. I doubt if this time, because when Donald Trump was president before, they were good, these chaps. And now it looks like the relationship might take a twist. I don't know. That's my feeling. We stand to see, but that one is very far away from us. We are focusing on Africa and South Africa. South Africa might go through a rough patch from a health department perspective, because the aid has been paused or stopped, whatever. There's no more aid. Yeah, you must find a way to fix yourself or to sort yourself out. The health department has got a collapsing system. They can't hire doctors. People get sick, and doctors are being overworked, are overwhelmed by the job. They can't even build. By the way, building hospitals is something very big to our government. I don't know where do they take the money, because there's a lot of corruption. Politicians are corrupt. Politicians are focusing on self-enrichment. I will be convinced one day if Ramaphosa, when he gets sick, he goes to Baragwanath there, or he goes to Tshwane Academic Hospital to receive the same treatment that he's giving to the people. Let these politicians, if they are very serious with socialism, for all the people to have a better life, as they always claim, let them cancel their medical aids and go to the public hospitals and go to the clinics to cure there. The only person that I really like, who is very controversial according to some people, is Poppy Ramathuba. I don't know if I pronounce her name very well. Limpopo Premier. Big up to that woman. She's she has got a backbone. She's not spineless. And when she's working, she's working. The same as the Tshwane Mayor, Nasi Pimoya. She's doing a fabulous. Those are women, And as men, we must be embarrassed that we used to think women are not capable and all of that. Women are doing a good job, and we get embarrassed because we still continue to perform poor on our portfolios. If you talk to the Minister of Health and Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, That's poor performance for you to say you don't have money, you don't have funding to hire more doctors, to structure the health system, to buy equipment and all of that. It means then that's poor performance. There's deficiency there. So we are moving slow. We are moving slow. We are not in a competition, gender competition, but I'm just highlighting that women are doing better than our chaps, so it's worrisome. But anyway, squatters, on this relationship between Cyril Ramaphosa and Donald Trump, what do you foresee? Are these two chaps going to get along, to get to understand each other, to find one another for the sake of the people they lead, or this beef will continue until further notice? I will hear from you, squatters. Those who have not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, like. Let's keep on engaging. I thank you, squatters.